Ever seen a snail that looks like it's been to a rave? No. Well, get ready, because today we re-diving into the world of one of nature's most bizarre puppet masters, the Leucochloridium flatworm, also known as the green-banded brute. This parasite is so wild, it basically turns snails into pulsating, zombie-like disco balls to get eaten by birds. Yep, you heard that right. Its entire life goal is to get a snail eaten. So, how does this tiny, diabolical genius pull it off? Let's start at the very beginning, with a bird. Our story begins high up in a tree, inside the intestines of an unsuspecting bird. This is where the adult flatworms live their best life, laying eggs like there's no tomorrow. These eggs get mixed in with the bird's droppings. The bird does its business, and poof, a little package of parasitic potential drops down to the forest floor, waiting for its first victim. Enter our unsuspecting hero, or should I say, victim number one, a snail. Snails, as you might know, aren't picky eaters. They'll happily munch on whatever they find, including bird droppings. And just like that, the flatworm eggs are inside the snail's body. Once inside, the eggs hatch into larvae called miracidia. These little guys are on a mission. They burrow through the snail's digestive system and head straight for its liver, or more accurately, its This is where they'll grow and multiply, creating countless clones of themselves. It's like a tiny, sinister clone army building up inside the snail. Now, this is where things get really weird. As the parasite colony grows, it forms long swollen tubes called brood sacs. These brood sacs are the key to the whole operation. They start to spread out from the snail's liver, and their primary target is the snail's eye stalks. Imagine your own body being taken over by something that then decides to invade your eyes. Creepy, right? The brood sacs fill up the snail's tentacles, causing them to swell up dramatically. But they don't just make them bigger. The parasite is brightly colored with green and brown bands, and it starts to pulsate rhythmically in and out, like a bizarre, throbbing lava lamp. The snail's once normal, plain eye stalks now look like a pair of fat, juicy, wriggling caterpillars. They're vibrant, they're moving, and they're practically screaming, "Eat me," to any bird flying overhead. It's a visual masterpiece of manipulation. But the parasite's control doesn't stop at just the visuals. It's a full-on mind control situation. Snails are naturally shy creatures. They love the dark and damp, and they stay hidden during the day to avoid predators and the sun. But not our zombie snail. The parasite hijacks its brain, forcing it to do the exact opposite of what its survival instincts tell it. It drives the snail out into the open, high up on leaves, in broad daylight. The snail is now a helpless puppet, flaunting its pulsating, caterpillar-like eye stalks right where birds can easily spot them. So, a bird, flying by, sees what looks like a delicious, juicy caterpillar just sitting there, begging to be eaten. It swoops, snips off the eye stalk, and gulps it down. You might think, phew, the snail survived. Well, sometimes, if the bird only takes the eye stalk, the snail can often regenerate it. But guess what? The parasite colony is still inside, ready to grow a new brood sac and repeat the process. The snail is trapped in a never-ending cycle of being a living lure. But for the parasite, the mission is accomplished. Once inside the bird's digestive system, the brood sac releases the next stage of the flatworm's life. These mature into adult flatworms, find a nice cozy spot in the bird's intestines, and start laying eggs. The bird eventually poops out the eggs, a snail eats the droppings, and the entire horrifying, fascinating cycle begins all over again. It's a brilliant, albeit terrifying, survival strategy. The Leucochloridium flatworm is proof that in nature, the truth is often stranger and way more metal than fiction. So next time you see a snail, maybe look a little closer at its eyes. You never know if you're re-looking at a simple mollusk, or a mind-controlled zombie on a mission for its parasitic master. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy exploring the weird and wonderful side of nature, be sure to subscribe for more. See you next time.